not made of money, so don't overpay for motorcycle insurance. Geico. See how much you could save.
Sure signed some interesting stuff, Clint.
Yeah, Jim. I sign all kinds of things.
Did you just sign a baby?
I sign lots of babies.
I sign a lot of hats.
Glad we took our 5-hour energy today.
Gives you that alert, energized feeling. Lasts for hours. 0 sugar, 4 calories.
Thanks.
Something's coming, isn't it?
You cannot escape them.
Come on, Daddy.
Don't open this door under any circumstance.
Dark Skies, rated PG-13.
Sprint Unlimited is sponsored by Chevy Silverado, the one you depend on, the one that lasts. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Taco Bell, sometimes you gotta live Moss. NASCAR on Fox Live from Daytona, where Kevin Harvick, former Daytona 500 winner, is your leader. Tony Stewart, who had led, dropped back to 10th. Mike Joyce is trying to work his way back up through the field.
He's doing that, Chris. He's back up to 9th after falling to 10th. And now side by side with Carl Edwards for 8th place. Out in front comes Harvick off turn number 4. 8 Sprint Unlimited starts, 2 victories. 2009 and 10, 6 top 10 finishes in this race. We've got a new generation of race cars and a new generation of camera for you to enjoy. This is our Fox Gen 6 cam, suspended on catenary over the entire length of the tri-oval area and beyond here at Daytona.
I wish you would look the run that Tony Stewart got down in turns 1 and 2. I mean, he closed the gap from where he was
down there, clear low.
right to the front. What'd you see there, Mikey?
He dropped all the way to the back, and then he just raced all the way to the front. I love the way these cars are racing. You know why? They run up top. They're in a line. They're just maybe trying to log some laps, some of the guys are thinking. Tony Stewart, Truex there. We've seen others dive to the bottom and said, I'm not going to log any laps. I'm going to race you boys. And these cars are very racy.
Yeah, that's one thing you cannot do in this kind of an event. You cannot log laps. You better have the pedal to the metal when the green flag drops, and don't take any thing. You just got to go.
And that light blue car on the inside, 4th back, Casey Kane, drifted back about 5 car lengths behind the entire pack, caught them all back up, started passing cars again.
Yeah, actually Stewart, Kenseth in the 20, and Kane, all 3 of those drivers went almost all the way to the back of the pack, and now here they are working their way back up through there.
I've just seen this so many times here with guys like Tony Stewart, really smart, savvy drafters. They just play around a little bit. They go to the back, see how long it takes them to get back to the front and what line they got to get in to do it.
Harvick holds a 1-car length lead at 42 laps. This segment would end at lap 55.
See, Tony Stewart now has a little posse, and they're coming up there, and they're going to take over the lead.
Now, the running order at the end of this segment matters because the way you come onto pit road will be the way you leave pit road. So leading this segment at lap 55 will be important.
There's one thing I have not seen yet. That's somebody lay into the back bumper of somebody and push them very far around the racetrack. Maybe a little on the straightaway, but not much in the corner.
We hadn't seen that white flag wave yet.
I'm just waiting. I'm just saying. That 14 car is pretty stout, boys.
He was trying to do that side drafting off Kevin Harvick in the 29 right there as they were getting off into turn 1.
Well, that's a dozen right there, and the hot light is on. Brad?
You look at the side drafting that Tony's doing, it's working very well. That's part of how he's gotten all the way to the front. The key thing is, though, to beat the side draft, you pot up, and that's what they're doing right now. Tony's going to go backwards right here.
I never knew about side drafting. Dale Earnhardt taught most of us about side drafting. We would see him do it. We didn't know what he was doing and how he was doing it. And people would say, well, it's because he could see the air. I don't think anybody can see the air, but Dale had a way of feeling the air, and he could feel that air coming off the side of a car, and he figured out he could pull up beside a guy, slow him down, and get a slingshot by him.
45 complete next time by. 10 laps to the end of segment 2. Harving back to the front ahead of Greg Biffle and Joey Logano. Yeah, a little bit of bump drafting on a Saturday night.
Okay, so I've got some of the new designs from the Unicorn Apocalypse game.
Awesome. Share it up. Really good stuff.
Well, I wanted it to look like a real unicorn.
The way they look in real life.
I really like how the horn is broken.
Yeah, it's decayed, but still lethal.
What about glitter for the mane?
No glitter.
They leave little glittery drops everywhere.
One second.
Welcome back to Daytona as they come off turn 4. It'll be 6 laps left in segment 2 of tonight's Sprint Unlimited. These cars are so sensitive to the air. We'll show you what happened when Joey Logano's number 22, the yellow car, gets a little free. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has to come down the racetrack. That takes the air off the nose of Tony Stewart's 14, and Stewart comes right up into Earnhardt.
Yeah, remember the 22 was complaining about being a little free in the middle of the corner. When Junior ducked out from behind him, that caused him to get a little loose. Junior goes down the hill. Here comes smoke. And that was a great save.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw, DW. This air pockets are so critical to running well at Daytona. And if you want to win the Sprint Unlimited, you're going to have to use every one of them to get to the front.
Isn't it funny, Brad? I mean, you talked to me about a bubble, like there's a bubble of air. And
yeah, those bubbles are what these cars work on. That's what makes the draft go.
We listened in on Tony Stewart.
Sorry about that. It just took the nose away.
Carl Edwards to the inside of Stewart. Jockeying for position in the last 5 laps of segment 2. That one car lonesome. Trailing the train is Dale Earnhardt Jr.
After that little incident right there, I mean, it kind of took the wind out of Dale Jr.'s sail. You can see he's got some damage to his left rear. It's hurt the performance of the car.
Well, the good news is in about 4 laps, he'll be able to come to pit road. And as you said, Mike, you don't lose any positions by what goes on pit road during this next caution at the end of segment 2.
10 up high, 1 down low. Casey Kane trying to come from the back in the light blue Farmer Chevy, but can't make any headway on Matt Kenseth.
And Carl Edwards in that 99 car back there, he has been like an accordion. He'll work his way to the front, get shuffled to the back. That's happened about 5 times to him. Remember, he started at the rear because this is a backup car from the crash yesterday.
Just telling you, this is a nice Brad Paisley song. We've been in single file for a little while.
3 laps left in segment 2 when they come back to the stripe. Kevin Harvick has been out front for the last 8 laps. We'll make it 9 as they come across. Harvick, Biffle, Logano. Ambrose, Steve?
The comment from Dale Earnhardt Jr., you see him towards the back. He just says, I get loose when I'm away from the front car in the draft. So he's trying to get back up there, Mike.
I tell you another thing, too. I think if Kevin Harvick did the math real quick, Biffle, Logano, and Ambrose, he might get ganged up here coming to the end of this segment. You can see Dale Jr.'s got a significant amount of damage on the left side of this car.
Two laps left in segment 2. Where Junior's troubles might have started. You're on board Tony Stewart. Pretty significant contact there.
Put a Goodyear on tour.
Lap and a half. Last chance to gain position for the final scheduled stop.
Daryl, I think you may be right because you talked about Biffle, Logano, and Ambrose, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all Ford drivers. They may very well try something here, if nothing else, just to try to learn for the end of this race.
Yeah, but also they know that they're going to come out of the pits in the position they're running in. You might not want to give that up either, so you may just ride it to the finish. But I believe if I was Harvick, I'd be keep an eye on those guys because they may make a run on him down the back here.
Last lap of segment 2. Harvick in command. Truex to the bottom. Gets a little help from Stewart.
Needs some help. Got some pretty good help right there.
Will be scored at the line. Truex alongside Ambrose. Eases ahead into 4th. Takes to the top side. That leaves Stewart on the bottom with Kenseth. Here they come to the line. Harvick will lead segment 2 from Biffle, Logano, Stewart, Truex. Too close to call would be Kenseth and Ambrose. They'll be on pit road shortly, and we'll get set for the final 20 laps of tonight's Sprint Unlimited.
Don't leave when they're down. We'll ease you down on the left side there, Tate, when we're done.
Okay, I'm only about 200 back here with whatever I got going on here, trying to pass these guys, so temperature doesn't seem to be an issue.
How's your balance?
It's okay. You could use a little more grip. The way that everybody's running and getting shuffled to the back, it's mostly loose. You know, on the top line, you try pulling it down the hill a little bit, so on the free side,